Krishna Padan Sagana Lta Shri Shakanitumscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Kshabhanusate Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarabhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyascha Patanam Pavanam Vishnabhyo Namo Namo जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुनितानं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वरं नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे शून्यादि पश्चात्यदिशतारिणे हरे कृष्ण Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 14, Text number 1. Sri Raja Vacha Manvantaresh Bhagavan Yatha Manvadayastvime Yasmin Karmani Yena Niyuktas Tadvadasvame Manvantaresh Bhagavan Yata Manvadayastvime Yasmin Karmani Yena Niyuktas Tadvadasvami. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit inquired, "Oh, opulent Sukadeva Goswami, please explain to me how Manu and the others in each Manvantara are engaged in their respective duties, and by whose order they are so engaged." There is no purport. We are going to the next one translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, the Manus, the son of Manu, the sons of Manu, the great sages, the Indras and all the demigods, O king, are appointed by Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various incarnations such as Yajna. We are continuing, there is no purport, translation. O king, I have already described to you various incarnations of the Lord, such as Yajna. The Manus and others are chosen by these incarnations, under whose direction they conduct the universal affairs. Purport. The Manus execute the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various incarnations. So we'll continue. There is only one line purport further. At the end of every 4 yugas, the great saintly persons, upon seeing that the eternal occupational duties of mankind have been misused, re-establish the principles of religion. Purport. In this verse, the words dharma and sanatana are very important. Sanatana means eternal, dharma means occupational duties. From Satyuga to Kalyuga, the principles of religion and occupational duty gradually deteriorate. In Satyuga, the religious principles are observed in full without deviation. In Treta Yuga, however, these principles are somewhat neglected and only 3/4 of religious duties continue. In Dwapar Yuga, only half of the religious principles continue. In Kali Yuga, only 1/4 of the religious principles which gradually disappear. At the end of Kali Yuga, the principles of religion or occupational duties of humanity are almost lost. Indeed, in this Kali Yuga, we have passed through only 5,000 years. Yet the decline of Sanatana Dharma is very prominent. The duty of saintly persons, therefore, is to take up seriously the cause of Sanatana Dharma and try to re-establish it for the benefit of entire human society. The Krishna conscious movement has been started according to this principle. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Kalner Dosh Nidhe Rajan Aste Ekon Mahan Guna Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Rajit. This entire Kali Yuga is full of faults. It is like an unlimited ocean of faults. But Krishna consciousness movement is very authorized. Therefore, following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who 500 years ago inaugurated the movement of Sankirtan, Krishna Kirtana, we are trying to introduce this movement according to superior orders all over the world. Now, if the inaugurators of this movement strictly follow the regulative principles and spread this movement for the benefit of all human society, they will certainly usher in a new way of life by re-establishing Sanatana Dharma, the eternal occupational duties of humanity. The eternal occupational duty of the human being is to serve Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. This is the purport of Sanatan Dharma. Sanatana means Nitya or eternal. Krishna Das means servant of Krishna. The eternal occupational duty of the human being is to serve Krishna. This is the sum and substance of Krishna consciousness movement. Hare Krishna. Actually, I neither have any qualification, nor do I have any realization, and I just whatever I heard in the past, I'm just repeating like a parrot, you know. So, human life is meant for self-realization. Atato Brahma Jignasa. So, if you see this, the chapter is entitled, the system of universal uh, management. Actually, what is the rarity of attaining human life? In Atlantic Ocean size, it has a tiny hole. And in the Atlantic Ocean somewhere, this turtle is coming to the surface. What is the probability that the neck of the turtle will get fixed into the hole of this 4 by 4 size wooden plank? It is almost nil. That much rare it is to attain the human life. So because we have been we went through so many lives, you know. जलजानवलक्षान् स्थावरालक्ष्यं सिद्धिक्रमयोरुद्रसङ्ख्यायां पङ्क्षिणां दशलक्ष त्रिंसा पक्षानि त्रिंसा लक्षानि पशवश्चतुर्लक्षानि मानव. So we have gone through so many species of eating, mating, sleeping, and defending. Now we have come to human life. We do the same thing. What is the use? This human life is very rare. Prahlad says, Tadyapi adruvam artadam kaumarada jarat prajna dharman bhagavatam durlabam manush janmam. Tadyapi adruvam, temporary. Artadam, it has value. Why? We can utilize this human life to cleanse our heart, get rid of our impurities so that we can attain the perfection of life. So today we are reading the 4 yugas. Srila Prabhupada was traveling in Atlantic Ocean. Prabhupada said the number of bubbles that are in the Atlantic Ocean, that many Brahmas came and gone. That many Brahmas came and left. What is the lifespan of you, Brahma? Sahasriga paryantam hariyat brahmano viduratri yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido jana. If you translate this verse into mathematics, but today we are reading, Satyuga, the says, what is it? Kali Yuga, 4 lakhs, 32,000 years. Double, Dwapara, 8,64,000 years. Triple of this, Kali Yuga, Treta Yuga, 12 lakhs, 12 lakhs 96,000 years. 4 times Satyuga, 17 lakhs 28,000 years. All put together, one Divya Yuga is actually 43 lakh 20,000 years. Wow. If this goes on for 71 times, that's called one Manvantara. What is the present Manu? Vayasut Manu. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma. Then Brahma says, I'm sleepy right now. 14 Manus in one Manvantara, all the Devatas, many Indians worship, they are all dead and gone. So in one day of Brahma, when Brahma gets up and before Brahma goes to bed, all the Devatas that we worship, the Indra, Chandra, Varuna, they 14 Indras die, 14 Chandras they die. But absolute doesn't change. One day I came to know this. Paramasatyam, absolute truth, is different from Devi Devata. Wow, amazing. That tattva vadanti tattva vidas tattvam yad jnanam advayam. Advaya jnana paratattva doesn't change, but Devi Devatas change. Advaya jnana paratattva is eternal, non-dual, advayam. That is paratattva, that is Krishna. So, in Satyuga, there is no degradation. Full pure, everyone is pure. Treta Yuga degradation started. 1/4 degradation, 3/4 purity. You know, that's why you see in Ram's time also people going for alcoholism. You know, so 25% degradation is it was there, and Dwapara Yuga 50%, Treta Yuga 75%. Srila Prabhupada said it's 1970s. There should be, according to Shastra, 25% purity, 25% practitioners of Dharma should be there. But Prabhupada said this is Ghora Kali. Hardly 5%, 3 to 5%, Prabhupada said in 1970s. Today it's hardly 1%. 3 to 5% pious people. Then Prabhupada said if 1% of people practice pure Krishna consciousness, the world will change. So Narayana Upanishad speaks of the Dharma. Krutayadhyayato Vishnum Tretayam Yajitomakai Dvaparoparajarayam Kalautadhari Kirtanath. Every age there is a process, prescribed process. If you follow, you will attain the perfection. If you follow the Yuga Dharma of that age, what is Yuga Dharma? Krutayadhyayato Vishnum. Go to forest, leave the family, meditate. Meditate on whom? Krishna, Vishnu. Tretayam Yajitomakai. If you come to Treta Yuga, that for self-realization, the process yajna. If you see Ramayana serial, they'll do yajna regularly because there is a process to attain self-realization. Tavraparajarayam. When it comes to Dwapara Yuga, it is actually you choose a deity and worship a deity. Puja. You know, you know, 11th canto Srimad Bhagavatam Gita, it is mentioned. You can construct the Krishna in maybe marble, metal, whichever way. Actually, Krishna is available in 5 forms. Para Vyoha, incarnations, Archa, Antaryami, 5. These are the 5 ways Krishna is visible to us, is available for our worship. What are the 5 ways? Para, Vyuha, Avatar, Archa, Antaryami. So in that, Para is Krishna is in the spiritual world. We cannot access him. Vyuha is a Sankrishna Pradyumna under the Vyasdeva. They are the universal administrators. It is like water in the cloud. You cannot access them either. Can you get the water in the cloud? No. Incarnations means okay. Sometimes in the forest, what is it? In the deserts, eh, rain happens. People, you go and ask them, hey, when did it rain? Maybe 50 years ago it rained once. So likewise, Ram and Krishna, they have descended. All these incarnations and Narasimha, Vamana, they all came descended for 100 years, a few thousand years, and they left. So they're like rain in the desert. They're gone. And Antaryami, Paramatma, super soul in your heart. Like for example, in the desert, you dig a well, you go maybe 300 meters deep. Then the well water is there. Then you throw the bucket, bucket will keep on going down only, there is no water. Means it is very difficult to even access Paramatma also. Because very deep in the heart. But the last one of Krishna's expansion is Archa, deity. So the temple in your deity is like well water, so like a lake water. What lake water means? Just go down 3 steps, take a glass and bring the water and drink it. It's like a river water. You don't know, you don't go down. That is Archa. Archa means a deity, non different from Krishna. It's Krishna only. He's a Krishna only. We need to have that faith. But deity worship is a Dwapara Yuga process. What is Kali Yuga process? You don't need to even do the deity worship. In our temples, we do 7 offerings, 7 artis, starting from 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. 4:30, we make an offering, 5 o'clock arti, until the night. The last offering is before putting the Krishna to rest. 7 are the 7 offerings. Can you do that? No. But whether you're in the bathroom, bedroom, wherever you are, you can chant the name, Krishna's name. Kalota Hari Kirtanat. Today we read the verse. Kalodoshanide Rajan Asti Ekon Mahan Guna Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Paramrajat. Kaliga is ocean of faults. One good quality. What is that? Just by chanting Krishna's name, you can be Mukta Sangha, you'll be liberated. You can get Mukti. Don't do anything, just chant. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sanatana Siksha. Lord Chaitanya is teaching to Sanatana Goswami. Oh, Sanatana, two things are important in Kali Yuga. After Navavidha Bhakti, Lord Chaitanya told Sarvam Bhattacharya, Shravanam and Kirtanam are very important. Out of Navavidha Bhakti, what are very important? Shravanam and Kirtanam. Hear about Krishna, glorify Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya is telling Sanatana Goswami, as you make progress in Bhakti, one thing should be very prominent. What is that? Chanting should be prominent. And Jivadaya, Harinam. Haridas Thakur is telling the prostitute, you know, Nirantara Krishnam Laibo, Karotul Sevana, Acharad Babera Krishner Padarsana. You chant the Krishna's name all the time and worship Tulsi. Very soon you will see the Krishna's lotus feet. Very soon. So we should have that faith. That's why we should not do punya activities, fruitive activities. We should not do sinful activities. You know? Actually, today I'm reading. If you want, I can. What are the grihasthas duties? If you want, I can read it for you. You know? So grihasthas, what is that? You know, they should, they should have a mutual brotherhood. Have a nice relationship with neighbors. Help others in difficulty. Honest earning. Speak truth. And the parents, they should teach and protect children. And they should provide the means of making living for the children. You know. So if you do these things and take good care of your health and do two things. What is that? Hear about Krishna, chant the name of Krishna, and Jivdaya. That's it. You'll go back to Godhead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling this to Sanatana Goswami. So the point is, Sanatana means eternal. Actually, Hinduism is a word coined by Muslims. Actually, you know, uh, Hindu is like Hindu. Afghanistan was separated by Hindu Kush mountains or Sindh River. So the Muslims would refer to us as Hindus, other side, or sometimes Sindhus. When they crossed and came to our place, then we need a name because they became the rulers. So the word was given, that Hindu word was given by them. Hindus became Hindus. So, but actually ours is Sanatana Dharma. What is Sanatana Dharma? What is Dharma? Dharma means occupation, eternal occupation, or constitutional position. My hand, it's in healthy state. It has to serve the body. What is the quality of sugar? Sweetness. What is the quality of salt? Saltiness. Likewise, what is the quality of soul? Serve the Krishna, serve super soul. Like the way hand has to serve the body in a healthy state. Like somebody gives a gulab jamun, hand cannot eat. Put it in the mouth, and mouth will take it down. Stomach will digest it and distribute strength to all the body. Likewise, in a healthy state, Jiva has to serve Krishna. That is a constitutional position. That is our eternal occupation. That is the definition of dharma given by Acharyas, given by Bhagavatam. Dharma, which is sanatana, eternal. But if the hand is ill healthy, like you got a paralysis. When you got a paralysis hand is like that. Somebody gives gulab jamun, you cannot take gulab jamun. Likewise, in a sickly state, we cannot serve Krishna. A person who cannot serve Krishna, who cannot practice bhakti yoga, is unhealthy. With all the 6 viruses, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsarya, then where is happiness, even if you have a lot of money? How many of you are understanding? You're understanding? When you are unhealthy, how can you be happy? Disease-free body is healthy, disease-free mind is happy. Today, everyone is depressed. Everyone, I cannot say everyone is depressed, loneliness, you know, the six viruses, greed, anger, envy, pride, ego, illusion, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya. Six viruses of the mind are there, then where is 100% happiness? It comes and goes. So, the day we understand we are a spiritual part and parcel of Krishna, Jivera Swarupaya Krishna Nityadas. Oh, really? To reinstate ourselves into that position, we have to serve Krishna. How to serve Krishna? Shravanam and Kirtanam. Hear about Krishna, chant the name of Krishna, but to continue doing, because Bhagavad Gita or Bhakti, Bhagavatam will not pay mortgage to your home. So work 8 hours. Take good care of the family, few more hours. Sleep 6 hours. But when you are spending half an hour in the bathroom to clean your body, come out and clean the heart, sir, ma'am. You have a bank account 50 years later, that will be there, but we won't be there. Create a bank account that will come with you. You know. So people always have, such in that cricket star, that star, this star. By the power of time, all the cinema stars they're gone. But the contamination is there. Instead, surrender to Krishna. That is Sanatana Dharma. Sarva Krishna. Krishna will not become old. And you practice Bharat Bhumi se Manushya Janma Hole Jar Janma Sarda Kori Karo Paropkar. What is the prerogative of anybody in this world, especially Indian body? You first purify yourself. Then you help others purify themselves. That is the biggest paropkar. And Srila Prabhupada, you don't see. That's why many people feel they would go to Vrindavan and there are some books, amazing stories also. But Prabhupada never stayed in Vrindavan. At the age of 70, he went to Vrindavan and stayed 1 year. First, he stayed in Vamsi Gopal temple. Can I stay in your home? Can I stay in your place? But Prabhupada stayed in Vrindavan to prepare himself for his, future travel. That's it. Prabhupada stayed in Delhi Chippiwada temple, Hanuman temple. For what? This security guard says people come to Vrindavan to die. This man is different. In the nights he keeps on writing, and suddenly he leaves. Suddenly he comes back. Wow, what is that? I don't understand this man. Then Prabhupada, 12 years. Prabhupada came to America with two things: Bhagavatam, paid bag. That's it. Japamala and Bhagavat, Srimad Bhagavat. In 12 years, he built 108 temples. Finally, he became sick 1977. He became a little bit all right. Then he said, let us go to London. Bhaktacharya Swami says, if Prabhupada had stayed, he would have lived longer. Prabhupada said it's better to die in the battlefield. And Prabhupada traveled, and then that Kaviraj said, Prabhupada, stay here, you'll be all right. No, it's better to die in the battlefield. Prabhupada planned to go to London, then Gita Nagari, then New York, everywhere. Prabhupada came to London, Prabhupada became sick, and Prabhupada went back. Prabhupada never returned. So the point is preaching. That was the spirit of Srila Prabhupada. If Srila Prabhupada had not come and established this, we all would have become like pious people. Make so much money, give 5% and think we are pure devotees. But today, because of Srila Prabhupada's hard work, we are trying to practice pure devotional service, trying to chant sincerely, getting up in the morning, and we are with the singular objective of purifying ourselves, doing sadhana, trying to remain pure, trying to purify ourselves, body and mind by chanting the holy name and serving, under the guidance of Guru, Srila Prabhupada. And that is, we're trying to breathe the air of pure devotional service. And one thing very important, sadhana is important, but the next one is very important, sadachar, behavior. Very important behavior. Srila Prabhupada was actually in Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, the TV, national TV came to because this person is trying to introduce Vedic culture in all the countries. What is Vedic culture? There are a lot of rituals we don't understand. So Prabhupada was actually installing deities that day, the fire sacrifice, but they were not ready at all. His disciples, they had these followers had no idea, and they were, nothing was proper that day, and Prabhupada was very angry. That was also being telecast. Prabhupada didn't care because Prabhupada wanted the deities too. So they are installing Jannat Balsudramaya. Finally, Prabhupada said, if we set up the fire sacrifice, where are the fruits? He wanted to decorate the. And anything Prabhupada would ask, one person would go inside. He would go ask another person, he would ask, and likewise, Prabhupada was watching. Nothing was proper. Prabhupada was becoming angry because nothing was proper. So Prabhupada, they made all the fruits into fruit salad. Prabhupada became angry. And Prabhupada became angry. One hippie said, Prabhupada said, whenever you become, whenever you get into anxiety, you chant. Prabhupada said sometime ago. Then he told Prabhupada, Swamiji, chant. When he said that, Prabhupada would have become angry at him. Prabhupada immediately put his finger in the bead bag and started chanting. He didn't say anything. Hey, you're the one telling me I'm a founder acharya, everything wrong happening. Actually, that day they built a base for Jagannath Baldustra Mai to install, but they didn't calculate properly. There was no place for Baldev. That base was enough only for two deities. Hare Krishna. Suddenly, so this was a deity installation, the national telecast, the telecast is happening. Suddenly they close the curtain and everyone was hearing tuck, 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 tuck. So, but and with all these wrong things, when he said, Swamiji, chant, immediately Prabhupada he controlled his emotion and put his finger in the beads bag and started chanting. And and finally they opened the curtain, the installation happened. And the devotees were very upset, very sad because they displeased Prabhupada. In the evening, Prabhupada, very sorry, Prabhupada, the temple president turns. Prabhupada said, it's all right. Prabhupada smiled. So as though nothing happened. Wow, there was no anger at all. Because Prabhupada wanted to ensure everything would happen for Krishna nicely. When everything happened, Prabhupada did not even remember what happened in the morning. It's all right. Okay, good. Amazing. We can learn a lot. What is the first thing? Sadhana. What is the second thing? Sadachar, good behavior. When tiny things happen here and there, that's okay. You'll become upset. Everyone becomes upset. But we don't keep it in the mind. Satsang. For this to happen, to have that type of mentality, we need to have a satsang. Once in a week. All right, 24 into 7 is 168 hours. Out of that, 1 hour, come and read. Come to the temple and do service. 2 hours, which is less than 2% anyway. What is 2 hours in 168 hours? Less than 2%, maybe 1.5%. Prasadam is free anyway. That only 2% will come, 1% will come with you. Out of 24 hours, do 2 hours chanting. That 2 hours only will come with you. When doctor says you have only 1 month left. We should become serious. So what is the first one? Sadhana. Second one, good behavior. So you're chanting 64 rounds and you start beating here and then. What is the use? Good behavior is important. To set a good example. Third one is for that to happen, good sadhana and sadachar, we need to have good satsang once in a while. And the last one is seva. You know. But for all these things to happen, we need to read also swadhyaya, reading of scriptures. Mere chanting is not enough. But again and again, we infuse this knowledge into our mind on daily basis. Otherwise, we forget. Maya is powerful. It covers our consciousness. Prabhupada said we should read our books. Chandramouli Maharaj says this. If you read, actually, Chandramani says, after some time, when I'm reading, Prabhupada is reading for me. I could see Prabhupada's voice in my mind, reading that lines. Wow, that's the power of reading, power of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada books, you know. So, what is that? Not only just we follow, but we should also try to preach to others. Otherwise, it will become a family business. Why only 50 people in the class? You know, when we do not preach to first, we should preach to ourselves and then to family members. Then we should preach to the neighbors and relatives. Otherwise, it will become family business, pure private business, and there won't be anybody in the temple. Yes, Krishna consciousness is not easy. Maybe simple, you know. Everyone is looking for some or some process which will facilitate their meat eating, their illicit sex, intoxication, gambling. But we are a little strict. That's why we'll go back to Godhead. So purity is the force. Prabhupada said this. What is the first one? Purity is the force. Utility is the principle. What is the second one? Utility is the principle. Are you have 1,000 crores, then if you don't use it, what is it? What is the use? Utility is the principle. Books are the basis. We cannot do whatever comes into our mind. Then that is whimsical. But books are the basis. Shastra. Shastra Chakshu. Then last one, time is the essence. You want to do things, but suddenly one day you're 760, knee pains, that pains, you cannot do anything. Today, do it today. Utility is the force. Sorry, utility is the principle. You know, purity is the force. Books are the basis. Time is the essence. It's very important. You know. So, Srila Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he did? He became preacher. Krishna became a preacher. Every age Krishna comes, he is basically is a Kshatriya. But why Lord Chaitanya is a Brahmana? To the extent you follow Brahminical principles, not 2 rupees thread, to the extent you follow Brahminical principles, that much extent you are protected from Kali Yuga. What is Kali Yuga? Quarrel and hypocrisy. Every principle is broken. Alone we are hypocritical. Together we quarrel. Hare Krishna. Kali is very powerful. So to the extent we maintain the principles of Brahmana, what are the principles of Brahmana? Samadhamastapakshantirajarjameva jnana vijnanamastikya brahma karma swabhajam. Sama peaceful, dama sense control, tapa tapasya austerity, kshanti tolerance, arjam honesty, jnanam reading Bhagavad Gita Bhagavatam, vijnanam. When you read and do service, that knowledge will be translated into realization. These are the qualities of Brahman. If you have these qualities, you're already Brahmana. If you're not, even if you've taken birth in Brahmana, we are not. As simple as that. So the point I'm making is understanding that I don't know what I'll become. I always may tell this. My at the time of leaving this world, our mind and intelligence they'll come together and they'll make a form. That's what we are in the next life. That's why very important thing is to meditate on Krishna. At the end, nothing will work. What one thing works, mind works. That's why meditate on Krishna. Meditation of Krishna, Lord Chaitanya or even Srila Prabhupada destroys impurities. One time, Australia, one lady, one Mataji asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, instead of meditating on Krishna, can we meditate on you? Prabhupada said, yeah, no problem. It's all right. Guru. Prabhupada said, Krishna consciousness is there in the spiritual world also. ISKCON is there in the spiritual world also. So we should meditate, cultivate the habit of meditating on Krishna. What is the best way of remembering Krishna? Chant his name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Don't underestimate the power of Harinam. Valmiki, who wrote Ramayana, could not even chant Ram's name. But with the power of his guru Valmiki and Narad Muni, he told chant Mara, Ram, 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 became Ram. Anybody reads Ramayana, they become devotees of Ram. But the Valmiki could not chant name. You know? No. Etan nirvidhyamananam ichidamakutovayam yoganam rupanirnitam harirnamana kirtanam. So you want to become free from anxieties. You know, you want to become free from fear. You know, fear and anxieties. Hare Namana Kirtanam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You know. So we should take shelter of Harinam. Any question or comment? That's what I can tell. You know. But of course, we need to chant sincerely. P P P P means sit in one place. Position. Posture. You know. Yeah, I'm lying this chanting, so you'll fall asleep. You know. So sit in the same place, same time. You know. Keep the back erect. Position, posture, pronunciation. Not like Hare Krishna, Hare. First thing is chant clearly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Pause. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So clearly chanting. Then, so one pace. Chant and hear. Don't worry. What is very important in chanting? Mananam mantrartha chintanam. What is that? Mananam mantrartha chintanam. What is the meaning of? Actually, if you try to chant to control the mind, you'll be frustrated. But don't chant to control the mind. Chant to please Krishna. How to please Krishna? Mantrartha chintanam. One person can unmute and tell, what is the meaning of Hare Krishna mantra? My Lord, engage me in your service. My Lord, engage me in your service. My Lord, engage me in your service. Honestly speaking, I tried to do that. Then I became frustrated. Recently, I started doing this. My Lord, engage me in your service, my Lord. Then what happens is you're not so worried whether you're trying to control your mind or not. My Lord, engage me in your service, right? When you say, my Lord, engage me in your service, you say, I'm very fallen, my Lord. Please me, Krishna. Please, Krishna. I'm honest with you. You'll make more progress in 6 months than all the years. That's my experience. I'll not waste your. Thank you very much. These are the few thoughts that came to mind. Please do excuse me if I've spoken anything wrong. Very grateful. Any question or comment, Hare Krishna. Please do forgive me if I've spoken anything wrong as your servant, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Such a nectarian class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. You said serve Krishna by hearing and chanting and purify yourself and help others to purify. That's the utmost paropkar. And you gave us 5 pillars: sadhana, sadachar, satsang, seva, and nitya sadhana, nitya swadhyaya. And you said purity is the force, utility is principle, books are the basis, and time is essence. So I'm going to hold my questions for now, Prabhu. I'm going to open the floor for anyone who has questions or comments. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you very much. It was very, very nice, very informative class. And I wrote down all these points as well and try to practice. I'll try to practice. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I have just a quick question. The last statement when you said you were practicing, please engage me in the service, please engage me in the service, and you got frustrated. So how did you overcome that, Prabhu? What did you do for that?
Now I said, I've chanted for so many years trying to control the mind. Try to listen, mind will go. Try to listen, mind will go. But then recently, last year, somebody attended Sachinandan Maharaj retreat and they forwarded me a verse. How to be attentive in chanting, how to make your chanting fruitful. He said that I forgot the whole verse, but he said mananam mantrartha chintanam means mananam means okay. For example, somebody that Vinodji is telling, I'm writing. When you want to apply, for example, any lecture we hear, In half an hour, we'll be after 1 hour, we'll be able to retain only 10-20%. And by the end of the day, you forget everything. By next day morning, you ask somebody, hey, what did he speak? I don't remember. But three things. Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Hear with the desire to change. So if you hear with the desire to change, Mananam, hey, what did he tell? These 4 points I liked it. And afternoon, what did he tell? These 4 points I liked it. And Nididhyasanam, out of 4 points I'll apply. When if you decide to apply out of 5 points, 4 points, you'll remember only 4 points. So that application, for the application to happen, you need to meditate, mananam. So likewise, coming back to your question, I said for years I chanted with the desire to control my mind. But when I heard this thing by Sachinandan Maharaj, what is the meaning of the mantra? Oh Krishna, engage me in your service. When I heard this, rather than trying to control my mind, I started chanting with the meaning of the mantra in my mind. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. In the back of the mind, my Lord, engage me. My Lord, engage me in your service. One thing is helping me control the mind. Second thing is, I am really pleading. I'm requesting to help, I'm requesting Krishna to engage me in their service. I'm honest with you, it helped me focus much better than before. Still, the distraction may be there, but is much better than before. When I started chanting with putting the meaning of the mantra in the background. Okay, I hope you understood.
Yes, Prabhu. But actually, the person who is not doing the service, for example, maybe not visiting the temple or not doing any services there or not doing any distribution of the books or etc. If he is just chanting the name of the Lord, like with this mantra, I mean, like he doesn't know, like, okay, like, please engage me in the service. So for him, he just reciting the name of the Lord to purify himself.
What is the question?
No. I'm just saying that, like for somebody who is not, engaged in the service. So no question
Prabhuji,
in that. Yeah.
if that is the thing, one very nice devotee, senior devotee, Prabhupada disciple, said this: service and chanting inseparable. If your chanting is very good, you go to the temple, they ask you to do some service. Krishna says, hey, you in the morning, you're asking for service, I gave you service, and you're not doing it. It means he did not understand the meaning of the mantra. But of one thing is also there, no doubt, and you need to be very pure to chant the pure name. It
Mhm.
takes very long time. So chanting and service are inseparable. We need to do service. The meaning of the mantra is, oh Krishna, oh Radharani, energy of Krishna, engage me in your service. But somebody is asking, temple authorities are asking you to do service and you're not doing it. Krishna says, why are you chanting? Of course, it purifies you, but it becomes a little slow.
Sure, Guruji. Thank you.
Service should be done too. Not just in the temple, as much as possible, you should help, you should serve others. Because Krishna is present in everyone's heart also. Any other question? If no one has any questions, we can end it actually.
Prabhu, I have one question. For Bhagavatam class, is it okay, like if we meet some new people, is it okay to invite them to Bhagavatam class or should they listen to Bhagavad Gita class?
We can invite them to Bhagavatam class. There is nothing wrong. Ideally, of course, first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. First is Bhagavad Gita. Then eventually, when they understand Bhagavad Gita, then Bhagavatam. But if they are not coming, what can we do? So we cannot sincerely follow the school rules here. I just pray to Krishna and you can invite them. Otherwise, it took so many years, they are not coming. For example, we this during Damodar month, we invite people to, so we go to their homes, we tell Damodar Lila story and, we give them prasad. And we hope they will come back, but they will come only in Janmashtami, then they'll come next Janmashtami only. So rather than waiting for them to come once a year, we can invite them anywhere and having, I mean, this you can invite them, putting faith in Krishna. The vibration, transcendental vibration of Bhagavatam will purify them.
Okay.
But ideally, they should listen to Bhagavad Gita first and get conviction, the essence and the conviction and the understanding and essence of Bhagavad Gita, Saradharman Parityajya, and surrender to Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is needed, of course. Then Bhagavatam comes into picture. But what can we do if they're not coming? We can invite them eventually.
Sure, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Any other question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it.
Prabhu, I have one question. You said Shravanam and Kirtanam, these are the first two things one should have, that will change their heart. So there are people who are atheist, and so they don't have faith in Lord. Okay, now if they don't have a faith, and whatever we try to tell them, okay, this is what the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, and these are the teachings, etc. Those person will not listen actually. So there is no Shravanam there. So how can the person will develop the faith so that he can hear something? Because he will, like a common person will not just come and start hearing any Bhagavatam or anything that we want to tell them.
I
How will,
fully
how
agree
will
with
the
you.
person develop the faith?
Thank you. So what we do is, for such people, we just give them prasad, like your colleagues in the office. We don't tell them anything. Just give them prasad, and give them prasad, and based on their level of consciousness, speak to them during lunchtime, neutral topics. I just heard somewhere, I just read, you're not the body, you're a spirit soul. This doctor in, this doctor in Illinois Institute in that Illinois Institute, he analyzed all the chemicals in the body, and he said that all the chemicals are worth only $5. Do you think you're worth only $5? Do you think your bag of chemicals? If you meet with an accident in BMW car, which is $100,000, will they, when the fire ambulance comes, will they address you $5 body, or will they address $100,000 BMW? They don't care about BMW. They care about you. If you're a bag of chemicals, why should they care about you? It's true actually. 72% of the body is only water only. You know. So do you think yourself as a water bag? I'm sure you think something better, right? So likewise, we should introduce them to such thought-provoking discussions in the office, and at the end, give them prasad. Even though our discussion may not work on them, the prasad works. Then Shravanam is part of bhakti. Bhakti means bhakti school. People need to have qualification. Unless you have good score of MCAT, you cannot get into medicine. Likewise, unless you have good grace, you cannot come to Shravanam and Kirtanam. So we are all here because we have received that causeless grace, causeless mercy. So, but bhaktiya sanjayate bhakti. Only you have bhakti can give bhakti to others. So you have it, then you give it to others by giving prasad, and introducing them to thought-provoking discussions. Then finally you say, if you want to learn better, you come here, come to these festivals, and nice prasad they give, and nice kirtans they give, and invite them to only kirtan and prasad. If they'll like both, nobody will say no to prasad and kirtan. Some people may say no to kirtan, but prasad nobody says no. What do you think?
Yes, they will like both.
That's it. Eventually, when they come for prasad and kirtan for some time, then three, four times later, they'll sit. You tell them, why don't we sit in the class for a few minutes? Then once they, probably let me tell you, these are all bhakti bank accounts. You have a bank account, 50 years later, that will not come with you. You agree or not? Many people consider time with money, and they invest on family also. There's nothing wrong, but family will not come with us, money will not come with us. But by the power of Maya, we invest our time on that. But bhakti is also money. 8 minutes, one round. People don't have 8 minutes to chant one round, but people spend 8 hours on cell phone screen time. You see, you agree or not? We watch 8 hours cricket match, we watch 3 hours movie. And you see anyone's screen time today, cell phone screen time, 3 hours to 5 hours. But you tell them one round, no, we are busy. Busy for what? Nothing. Which will not come with you. I have a question for everyone in the call. When we are studying, Abba, when will I finish my studies and I'll start working like my parents? You studied 20 years. You turn back and look at the 20 years, it went like a flash. Then you got married. No, I should work for my children. I should make them doctors, engineers. And you worked another 25 years. Your children, they were born. Now you turn back and look at them. They got their jobs also left. This 25 years of brought up, it went like a flash. How many of you agree? And now you're fresh, as fresh as you were 45 years, and then, like, the day you're entering college. That's why devotees are intelligent. They invest on family, no doubt. They invest on career, no doubt. But they also invest on bhakti, knowing very well career will not come, other things won't come, but bhakti will come. 50 years ago, you're not an engineer. 50 years later, you won't be engineer. But all the time, you're a spiritual part and parcel of Krishna. That is the eternal truth. So we should work for our soul also, starting with 8 minutes to begin with. And slowly should increase. Actually right opposite our temple in Michigan, we have an old age home. I'm honest with you. If you really want to see what life is all about after 20 years, one day I went there, I was shocked. They were all depressed. They want to play with their grandchildren, they won't come. They were like this all the time. One day I was in California, going to give a Bhagavatam class in the morning. We are stuck in a traffic jam, and the next, by the side of the road, there was a golf course. And some people were playing alone golf. I said, what is that? My friend said, Prabhuji, they're all the top CEOs, always working to increase the stock market, the share of stock market share of their company. They received very high salaries. They led a life of discipline. For what? They have millions and millions in the bank, but they don't know what to do. But they led a life of discipline. In the morning, they're playing golf at the age of 70. Hare Krishna. So then what? Loneliness. But you add Krishna to your life, there is no loneliness. Money will not make you happy. Service makes you happy. Service to Krishna, service to others to begin with. What do you think?
Thank you, Prabhuji, so much for this explanation.
Hare Krishna. If nothing, anyone wants to add? Anything
Hare
else?
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. So many nuggets of wisdom. Prabhuji, even though we are practicing, like you said, we need to improve our taste in chanting and Krishna consciousness. We know that this is the best process, but still, why we are not relishing and trying our best to do this as topmost priority? How can we bring this to the topmost priority amongst all other duties?
It is because of the impure desires. So there is a verse in Bhagavad, in Nectar of Instruction. A person who got jaundice, for what is the medicine for jaundice? Medicine for jaundice is sugarcane juice. But a person if you jaundice patient, give him sugarcane juice, phew, This is bitter. Jaundice is sugarcane juice is not bitter, but your tongue is affected with jaundice. That's why it's appearing bitter. But continue drinking sugarcane juice. Eventually, you'll be cured. Likewise, we have so many unwanted desires. So many unwanted desires, and whatever is important, because of the power of mind, they appear useless. Whatever is very important, whatever is useless, appears very important. That's why, Prabhuji, when your mind told, when you were preparing for engineering or medical entrance, you resisted sleeping. You were drinking tea, and why? You knew engineering will bring me a good career. Likewise, we do not know Krishna consciousness will bring us a good life. Okay, somebody introduced us to Krishna consciousness and we have taken it up. But the faith is, we need to associate with people who have strong faith. Then only we can do that. It's not easy. You may even recite the books, you may recite slokas, but faith has to be given by Krishna. That faith has to be given by Krishna. I'm honest with you. And right now, actually, where I'm staying, I'm in India. I came from America. These old people, very old. But what enthusiasm they have to do bhakti. Why? They know very well, any week will be last day. But we have full confidence, I am this body. My body is in good condition. So we have faith on credit card. We have faith in our intelligence. We have faith on 401k. But we don't have faith on Krishna. Why? We want to experience. We have seen it. There is a Bhagavatam says, intelligent person learns by hearing. Less intelligent person learns by seeing. Stealing is, hey, if you steal, they'll put in jail. Don't steal. Oh yeah. But less intelligent person, one day he sees somebody, hey, why police are taking him? He stole it. Oh really? I should not steal. Further less intelligent person, he hears, he sees, but still he steals. Then police come and put him in jail. I should not have done it. But the least intelligent person, he hears it, he sees it, he goes to experience of stealing, but because of the uncontrolled senses, he steals again and again after being released from prison. I have a question for you. If you agree this story is right, do you agree this story is right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now I'll ask you, we have seen where is Alexander, where is Akbar, where is Aurangzeb, where is Ashoka? They're all gone. We hear people leave the world. We hear old age comes. Disease comes, death comes. We heard it. We have seen it. We have seen our grandfathers. They're not there. And we see once in a while in the temple, every 2-3 years, we see somebody leaving the world. Still, that thing is not coming. Now you tell me, how much intelligent are we? So we know very well the Harinam is the only thing that will come with us. Means this knowledge remained theory, Prabhu. It has not become a realization. Means we have not got sufficient grace from Krishna. People today, they come to temple, they take cell phone images. Hey, don't take, okay, you're taking good, there's nothing wrong taking cell phone image, cell phone picture, but take Krishna in your heart, not in your just cell phone. But they say, okay, taking say Krishna in cell phone is the first, this is a beginning step. Perfect. Provided you want to take the next step, you want to take Krishna into your heart. Should not just stop there in the, with cell phone. So we should be convinced, Prabhu. Faith has to be given by Krishna, not slokas. Ayurhardi Vaipamsam Udayanastam Chenaso Tasyardi Yatakshununito Uttam Slokavartayat. Every sunrise and every sunset, one day we are closer to our last day. But that person who has dedicated his life to propagating Krishna's name, Krishna's form, Krishna's pastimes, is one day closer to Krishna. Choice is yours. You want to be one day closer to your last day? You want to be one day closer to Krishna? It is your choice. So, that's why if you don't have faith, associate with people who have faith. Listen to proper lectures. Do service. Then I'm honest with you. You'll get that faith. And you said taste. Before taste, you need to get nishta, steadiness. That should come. Without steadiness, taste is next step. But unless we are sufficiently pure, anartha nivritti, nishta won't come, steadiness won't come. But that's okay. Let me tell you one thing. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is magnanimous. Lord Chaitanya is magnanimous. Next week is actually Lord Chaitanya's appearance day. Advaitacharya appearance day is over. They are magnanimous people, Prabhu. Prabhupada says, more than us, Krishna wants us to come back. That's why we are in bhakti. We don't want, we are not interested. But Krishna wanted us. That's why we are in bhakti. So if we have this conviction, this faith, then you will invest. You will invest. The way you prepare for your engineering entrance, medical entrance, put 50% energy here. You'll make a lot of progress. क्या बोलेंगे आप? What do you think?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's
The process itself is the destination. So only through the process we can get
Yes.
purified.
Thank you. Any other question or comment? I think we'll end it here. Okay then. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanabhyo vaishnavabhyo namo Koti Vaishnava ki. Thank you very much for the beautiful amendment. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Kishore Prabhu ji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for a
Thank you so
great class.
much.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.